disorders with entities. This is going to be a controversial call. Like I said in the beginning, schizophrenia is a severe awareness and ability with entities. Schizophrenia, multiple personality, borderline personality, and whatever, a lot of other diagnoses are this reality's diagnosis for you're super aware of ghosts. And so if you begin to work with the person and educating them about the entities, they can begin to take control. Schizophrenics, people who are already full-blown schizophrenics, have already relinquished control to the entities. And that's what makes them a schizophrenic. I am like a functioning schizophrenic, right? But I have control over it, which is something I had to develop. They need to become the dominant entity in the pack, and a lot of people who are schizophrenic don't want to be, and that's why that's how they like relinquish to letting themselves be opened. That can be a very challenging thing for somebody. I've worked with 3 people. One of them was a paranoid schizophrenic, one of them was borderline personality, and the other one was like a everything, salad smorgasbord of every label that they could possibly put on the person. They're like, this must be what is wrong with you. Take these drugs. And I was able to get to the point where they acknowledged the entities, they were willing to communicate with the entities, but they weren't actually willing to be the dominant entity in their life. And that's where they gave up. And so that is imperative for people who have mental disorders, is that they start to recognize the presence of entities, learn how to work with the entities, and stop giving up their power to the entities. Okay? So it's pretty straightforward, but it's not a very easy path for people who are already out of balance in that way. And so this conversation will be the ins and outs of how to deal with, if you are somebody with a mental disorder, it's like, and there are so many people who have done talk to the entities who do it and they go, oh my God, I used to think I was crazy. Kind of like Heidi yesterday. She's like, I used to think I was a total nutbag, but now I get that I'm just aware. And that's what's really important to get, okay? Because this reality is not conducive for awareness. It is discouraging of awareness. And if that awareness is discouraged enough, it will break someone's being and they will become all fucked up, okay? You can break a being by invalidating them, okay?
I find that a lot of people with mental health love being the victim.
Well, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
They want to be there. That's where they want to stay.
Yeah. Exactly. So, and there are a lot of people, who, and it's interesting because I tend to get the people coming to me who are the family member or the relative or the loved one of the person with the mental disorder, and what the information they get from me is so totally not what they think, you know, they're going to get. But basically I teach them not to be at the effect of the victimization that the person is creating. And this is a very hot topic, mental disorders, because it's one that the pharmaceutical industry makes bazillions of dollars from. And it's like, what would it be like if all of the people who are special and different and advanced actually were able to be that and were educated in that and empowered in that? We'd have a lot of forward thinkers.
That would just like change so much in this reality.
Yeah, this one is going to be the most interesting, and we're doing these deliberately to create very in-depth, specific explorations of these areas, because these are areas that, whether you realize it or not, we're actually skimming the surface of in these conversations. There is a lot more around this stuff.
I think the education side of it too, with children, and seeing the mixed up kids coming through, and this is where they need to pick it early, and this is where the education needs to come in.
Yeah, I mean, it can change in no matter who. Yeah, I mean, it is easiest to catch. It is easiest to prevent it rather than cure it after it's a full-blown disorder. I agree. That being said, there's something right about this. So what else is possible? What? Education, not medication.